Welcome to Professional Networking Now, everybody. We're building lasting relationships. And of course, my little button's not going to work. So just a little bit about PNN etiquette. We ask that everyone be kind. We know everyone is busy, but please try and stay engaged. If you need to step away, please turn off your camera. Keep yourself muted unless you are speaking, especially now with, ACs and stuff going. You want to try and keep interruptions to a minimum. And as you guys heard, just a reminder, we are recording our meetings. I'll let you guys know when I'm going to turn off the recording. So keep that in mind when you're speaking. So, of course, you guys are in my way. Hold on. There we go. So we're going to do a section of introducing yourself. You'll have 60 seconds to introduce yourself, to say what you do, and remember to say what a good referral is for you. And then please enter your info in the chat. Sorry, Monk's issues today. So today, for 15 minutes, Tony Dewani, is that right? I think is going to be presenting from Branding Pros. Today he's going to give us a tour of the facility and their services.
I can't hear.
Then we're going to go into 10-minute breakout rooms. Today's topic is going to be, how do you feel about social media? If there's not enough people in attendance, we will have the discussion as a whole in the group. Oh, it just moved on its own. Okay, this week, the helpful hints will be brought to you by Dr. Wanda Gentil. Today, Dr. Wanda will give advice on doing Facebook Lives. Then this is where I'm going to be ending the recording, and we will be going into a 20-minute free-for-all. This is a good time for us if people have things that they want to brainstorm about, if you have questions that you feel like we as a whole can answer, to have a creative discussion. We can get into that in this. And so that is it. So, yay. So we're going to go right into our introductions. I'm going to go around on my screen. We'll start out with Tony. I know you're going to be presenting, but if you could just give a little quick intro.
Okay, good morning, everybody. Tony Dewani with Branding Pros. Our slogan or tagline is imagine your logo everywhere and let's make it happen. We specialize in decorated apparel, both embroidery, screen printing, and digital garment printing. Also, employee recognition and awards, and thoughtful promotional products, not just stuff. And I'll be taking you on a little tour of our facility today and showing you how we do some of the things we do.
Awesome. That sounds all right. Really great. Looking forward to it. And next we have Carmen.
Good morning. My name is Carmen. I am with a company called HB Naturals. We offer all natural and organic products, from nutrition to skincare, tea and coffees, and also include pet products. We have over 100 plus products, so if this is something you are interested in, I will provide my information. HB Naturals is confident that their products will meet your high standards because they meet theirs. A good referral would be somebody who is looking to improve your health, or if there's somebody looking for extra income, I can help in that way as well. That's it.
Perfect. Great. Thank you, Carmen. Next we have Dr. Wanda.
Good morning after wolfing down my breakfast. Um, yes. Oh gosh. Excuse me.
It's okay.
My brain is needs to catch up to my hunger here. All right. Good morning. My name is Dr. Wanda Gentil, aka Dr. Wanda, but we can lose the formalities. I don't want people to feel uncomfortable, except for Megan now. I'm teasing. I am the owner of Not Another Diet Wanda, and it's a full service public health education focusing on improving healthy lifestyles. I mean, improving people with a lifestyle and they want it to be healthier, but without having to go through dieting and so on. I don't believe in diets. I do believe that you can absolutely stay healthy if you know certain basics rules of nutrition. Number two, I'm also a certified mental health first aid instructor. Mental health has to be a conversation that we all need to have. And number three, I also do health coaching and health workshops. So a good referral for me would be anybody who needs a speaker in terms of, and it doesn't have to be just in terms of health. I can talk about business, how to start up a business and so forth. So this is me.
Fantastic. Great job. And Elizabeth?
Hi, everybody. Good morning. Thanks for having me again. I'm super excited to be here. So just as a recap from last week, I work with Scholastic Publishing NCP. They provide the local schools in the area with anti-drug, anti-alcohol folders that go out to the kids in school for free. So what I'm looking for is people or small businesses that are interested in putting ads on folders. I am just showing Middletown for reference. If this is something you'd like to get a part of to support your local school, you can Facebook me, you can text me, you can call me, you can email me, you can tap me on the street. Looking forward to talking with everybody. Thank you.
Great job, Elizabeth.
Thank you.
And Samantha?
Hi, everyone. My name is Samantha Weck, and I have two businesses. My first is that I am a freelance travel agent that specializes in travel within the U.S. And then my second business is I sell paparazzi jewelry with both Megan and Joanne. And a referral for both of my businesses would be someone that does in-person events, an event coordinator. As it's getting warmer, I'd like to do more outdoor events. So if you know anyone, I would greatly appreciate the connection. Thank you.
Great job. And Joanne?
Hey, hi everybody. Good morning. My name is Joanne Sigari. I am the co-host here, co-creator with Megan for our little networking group and looking to grow it. So if you know anybody, send them on over. You know, we just sit and chat pretty much. And also I am the owner and creator of Blue Dove Marketing, where I create events online. I organize events online for vendors, large and small, doesn't matter what you have. My thing is to get you in front of more people who never knew you existed. Very inexpensive and fun for the most part. And I also do jewelry, as you can see behind me, paparazzi accessories. So if good referrals, anybody in small business who's looking to do a little advertising, really inexpensive advertising. For my jewelry business, a good referral is, anybody who wants to come to my lives every Monday and Thursday at 8 p.m. just to support, just to be there. Sometimes just having a number of people really does help the algorithms and that kind of thing. So come on in, come on over. I don't bite. It's not a hard sell either. Just be there, talk to me, make it fun. I always play games for free jewelry too. Yeah, thanks guys.
Great. And Richard?
Good morning, Rich Lupino. I am President and CEO of Infinity Development, a full stack web development agency where we help people with their online presence. We set them up with their website. We get them found on search engines. We have a variety of different kind of tools to help you with your online thing. If you're in doing MML, the MML, I have things that can help with that as well. A great referral for me would actually be people in the trades who need a website or need to get found to increase their traffic and their clients.
Awesome. So that leaves me. I am Megan Romero, as Joanne said. I'm a co-creator, co-founder of PNN. I also started my own bookkeeping and financial consulting firm called Phoenix Variable, name to be changed soon, where I help individuals, families, and small to medium-sized businesses with their bookkeeping needs and helping them achieve their financial goals. So, and then I also, on the side, I sell Primerica life insurance. We also have a bunch of auxiliary products such as security systems. We help with getting quotes with home, auto, renters, and commercial insurances. So if you have commercial insurance or any of the above, I'd love to help you get some quotes and free up some money. I work hand in hand with my mentor on some being able to offer securities as well. So if you do not have retirement savings going on, you need to come and talk to us, because that is something that is really important, especially since we can't always be expecting to count on Social Security. So come have a conversation with me. And also I do some paparazzi lives on Sunday and Wednesday night at 8 p.m. So I hope you guys will come and see me. I'm also, so that's me. Because you can stop now, because I keep going with all the different stuff I do, because I have eBay store, I have a whole bunch of stuff. So what do they say about 7 streams of income? I think I've surpassed that by now. So that ends the introduction. So thank you guys. I really appreciate it. Basically, anybody is a good referral for me. Obviously, with so many different businesses, I don't need to narrow it down. So that goes into our speaker time. So Tony, are you ready to do our presentation? Oh, you're muted. Hold on. There you go.
I'm sorry, muted. Who's ever in control, could you share your screen, please?
Sure. And there you go. You should be good now.
Okay, can you see that?
Yes.
All righty. So what we're going to do, again, Tony Dewani with Branding Pros. We're in our 17th year in serving Dutchess County business community. We do have a physical location. It's in the Poughkeepsie Plaza, which is located on Route 9, just about 2 miles, a mile and a half south of the Mid-Hudson Bridge. Now, what I'm going to be speaking about is not just how we do what we do, but what makes us uniquely different, sorry about that, uniquely different than other people in my industry. And I don't like to say my competitors, because I don't believe I have any, because I believe our business model makes us that unique. So first of all, when you walk into the Poughkeepsie Plaza, if you were going to come visit us, you would, some people know it as the Marshalls Mall, but if you were going to come visit our showroom, you would go in through the entrance that has Joanne's fabrics over the top. As soon as you walk in, directly to the left, you'll see our showroom. That's the first thing that makes us quite unique. Most people in our industry that you meet that are promotional products, things like that, they don't have any bricks and mortar. But we do have a showroom, and we invite people to come in. They can walk around. They can. We have this area in the back here. It's all T-shirts, some outerwear in the center section. This back wall here is what we call our corporate casual area. It also has some dress shirts, long sleeve shirts, polos, many different styles and also fabrics. You know, people say to me, "Oh, Tony, I want that nice soft polo." I don't know what that means. I know what it means to me. I have no idea what it might mean to Richard or Megan. So you guys have to come in. You don't have to, but I always encourage, especially the first time we do business with somebody, you know, take a road trip, come on in, spend a little time. Let's get it right the first time. Then we know what we like, what we don't like. And I make notes of those types of things. And then you can do all your ordering with an email from then on. This area here, we have probably about 30 different types of outerwear, coats and such. And again, everything from lightweight shells to heavyweight, you know, thermal winter gear. And again, we do have, you know, there's our sales desk right there. And boom, oops, let's go back a little bit. I'm going to go back one more. In this area here, we have a lot of awards and things that we have done for either organizations or businesses. And we do all of our engraving in-house. And that's another thing. What I'm going to show you from now on is going to be all the work that we do. And we do our work in-house. Um, Even some of my other competitors, they'll take your order, they go back to, they may have their office may be on the kitchen table, or they might rent an office, but they're going to go back there and they're going to place the order. They're going to have it fulfilled on the outside, and it's going to be shipped to you. Your relationship is with the UPS man, not with me. Okay, your relationship is with me from beginning to end. So our business model is very different. So you'll see we've got a lot of skin in the game, and you're going to see that as we go through the presentation. So the first thing a lot of people ask me about is screen printing. Okay, this is actually the furthest area back in our production facility, and we have just under 5,000 square feet. This is screen printing. This machine here on the right is a small manual machine for smaller jobs that don't need as much complexity. The machine you see here on the left, our screen printer Benji is loading it up, or he's getting it set up. That's pretty much a fully automated machine. We do pretty extensive color jobs on there, and we can do simple one color jobs. But you know, when you're pumping out an order with in excess of 100 shirts, you want something like that. You don't want to be breaking your neck doing it on a manual machine. One of the other things that we do is we have lots of tools to help people make decisions the right way. So in our showroom, we do have these shirts, and I have them in white and on black, but it shows all the different screen printing colors. You know, people will say, "Oh, gee, Tony, I want a light blue." Well, again, I don't know what that means to you. I know what that means to me. We may have very different opinions of what light blue is. So we have the inks printed on the shirt. All of the inks are named, and so you pick out the right color that goes. In addition to that, you may want some printing on the shirt and some writing. We pick the font that we want to print in. So we're not, I don't, that kind of square one or that has like the little loopies. No, we're going to pick it exactly. I'm not going to rely on your description and my interpretation of it. So this one down here shows the lower left. That shows pretty complex screen print job. It was what we call a 6-color job. uh, Again, when you get into that kind of job, it definitely becomes an economy to scale, which screen printing always is an economy to scale, because once you get the machine set up, you have to do the same amount of work to set up for 12 pieces as you do for 1,200 pieces. So if you can run more pieces, it's always better. This is what the light frame looks like that helps to create our screens. Okay, oops, there we go. So every color has a screen created for it. Okay, so this is a 2-color design. There's a light gray, and then there's a darker gray. And then the yellow that you see is actually the color of the shirt. So we have to create a screen that's going to, and what the screen does, it's kind of like uh, a reverse negative. Okay, the areas that this area here, this is a screen, and this area here that has where you see white, That's the area that's going to allow the ink to pass through as the automated squeegee presses the ink color across it. And then for this other area that you see, this very dark area above the G here, doesn't exist here because it's going to be a separate screen, and only that area is going to be white to allow ink to pass through. And even if it's a one color design, like you can see here, and I apologize for the glare, we take two color steps. Okay, if you're going to put this yellow on a dark shirt, a black shirt, we want it to shine. We want it to show up. So we actually will apply a layer of white ink first, and then we will put the yellow or gold or whatever color on top of that because we want your image to pop. So even though that's an additional step on our part, we take that because we don't want our quality to be compromised. Um, Lots of different ideas for images for different products. This is actually the entrance to the Gap down in Fishkill, and they were doing it for, we do a lot of different projects, and they do a lot of internal promotional work for their staff. And again, just one of the other local companies, same design, different colors. And after the product is screened, it goes through this machine where the inks are tempered and set so that nothing happens to them. People ask, will that come off in the wash? No, you're going to outwear the shirt before you're going to outwear the design. Uh, this we're going into embroidery now. Okay, this shows one of our embroidery machines, one of 3 embroidery machines, and this is just a wall that shows many of the ink colors. And here's the ink colors, thread colors. And just like the screen printing, we have ways and tools. And here's our tools so that we make sure we choose the right thread colors. And they're listed in the color, they're the name of their color. So once we put this into your file, there's never a compromise as to whether we're using Foxy Red or Deep Red. We identify that in your file. And just like in screen printing, there are certain embroidery fonts that are available. So again, oh yeah, we want to have the employee's name on the right chest, and we want it in kind of a curly. That doesn't tell me anything. You're going to choose. Do you want it in Liverpool? Do you want it in Colorado? Do you want it in Burb? So there's nothing left to the imagination. Okay, here's just some pictures of different types of embroidery going on. Shirts, hats. We even do embroidery on high visibility equipment. You always think about who could be a potential client. You see those people working on the side of the road. You see those landscapers. I said a couple of weeks ago, I like to do business with people who play in the dirt. Well, you see a lot of those people now are outfitting their crews in high visibility for protection, for safety. They can either be screen printed like in this one on the right, or they can be embroidered like the one on the left. And there's t-shirts and jackets and all sorts of safety vests. And then there's lots of different style hats. And again, when it comes to hats, same thing. Oh, Tony, I want one of those hats. I don't know what that we have lots of samples. We probably have about 24 to 30 samples of different style hats in the showroom, so that you can tell me. By the way, how am I doing on time? How many minutes left? 5. Thank you. Okay. Now we get into some ideas that doesn't always have to be things that you wear. Might be corporate gifts. Sometimes you want to thank an employee by giving them a piece of useful and kind of fun branded apparel or branded product. As you see on the left-hand side, it's like a stadium blanket that kind of wraps up and has its own little carry handle. This company, Atlas Star, gave their employees all these items a couple of years ago at their Christmas party. On the right is a backpack for the Dyson racing team, our local racing team up in Pleasant Valley. And then here's some other examples of different embroidery. And as you can see on this right-hand picture, that's a embroidered version of what you saw earlier on that screen print machine. This jacket, well, we wouldn't do one at a time because it would make it cost prohibitive. But when we put that jacket on the machine, that jacket is going to take about 2.5, 2 3/4 hours to embroider. There's a lot of detail in there. There's probably close to 200,000 stitches in that. So if you're going to be doing that, you want to make sure that you're doing multiple products because you don't want to tie up one machine for one piece, because that just would not be cost effective. The item on the left is called tackle twill. It's used in mostly sporting, products, either varsity jackets or jerseys and such. It's a completely different style. It's very extensive and takes a while to explain that if you don't have a prop. So we'll move on. This is our laser engraving area. Okay, we can engrave. We engrave a lot, but we engrave primarily on flat surfaces. And most of the engraving that we do is features either employee recognition or length of service, things like that. But just think of this, at the holidays, you give you give an employee $100 bonus and say thank you for your good work. Okay, that is that $100 if that person has a family, and you can blow a family of four can blow that $100 in 2 trips to McDonald's. Okay, but for a lot less money spent, you can give that same employee a engraved plaque that says, Rich, thank you for your job well done this year, top performer, blah blah blah, whatever it may be. That plaque will then go up in their cubicle. They'll take it home, but they'll put it someplace where they can look at it and get a reminder of the job that they've done. Here's some of the engraving. You can see trophies, crystal, acrylic, all different style plaques. And this is one of the reasons why we have a showroom, so you can come and take a look at it. Now we get into promotional products. And again, in our showroom, we have a variety of different things that you can look at. And, we do a lot of things for golf tournaments, golf gifts, things like that. Where, there's over 800,000 potential promotional products out there. All I need is to work on something is a little interview, see how it's going to be used, where you're going to use it, and get an idea of the kind of budget. And then we'll go to work and research that for people. We do a lot of work with golf tournaments. Oops. We do a lot of work with golf tournaments. We can take care of golf tournament packages from beginning to end, or you can a la carte us and take advantage of different items. Here's some of the golf gifts that we've done, in either for chamber outings or what have you, shoe bags, balls, koozies, wet towels. This is a unique item in the area of golf. It adds could be a very significant additional fundraiser to a tournament. Most people will buy a golf tee sign or green sign. They may cost 150, $200 for a couple of those, but you don't take that home. These are pin flags, 18 of them. What we'll do is we'll put the sponsor or the purchaser's name on that with the tournament logo on it. Now you can sell, in addition to your already the sales that you have with the tee and green signs, you can sell this. Set your own price. But let's say you sell them for $100 each. Okay. Now you've got an additional $1,800 in fundraising, and the person who invested in that T flag or pin flag gets to take it home with them. Done?
You're there, Tony. Thank you. Are you good? You want to wrap it up or you're good? I'm
done.
All right. Wonderful. Thank you very, very much. My alarm went off. I'm going, what is that noise? I forgot that I had set the alarm. All right, Megan, it's all you. Thank you so much, Tony. Anybody have any questions for Tony?
Not a question, but a testimonial, because Tony's done my shirts, and it really is a painless process when you go and deal with it. Before I even got a single shirt done, they showed me what it would look like and the different colors I picked. Some colors that I looked at and said, no, that didn't really work. Thank God we didn't get a shirt. So it makes it really easy to make decisions on that, and they really do a good job walking you through that. So I just wanted to kind of give them a testimonial real quick.
Love it. Love it. That's always, testimonials are always like primo, for sure. So, all right, Megan, it's all you.
Awesome. So I think we can probably stay here for the breakout because we don't have a ton of people. I think that's good for us. So I think
everybody gets a chance to speak. That's all. And I'm going to set the timer when we're ready to go.
Okay, sounds good. So why don't we kind of talk about how we feel about social media? I think it kind of leaves a good opening for things. Anybody want to pop up and be the first to just
Good.
listen?
So I got out of college in the last couple of years, and for us, we were taught in business that like do it professionally, go through email, so use LinkedIn. So for me, I'm finding it interesting that everyone's like, oh, go on Facebook, go to this group, go through your professional contacts, friend their friends, and then message them. It's actually working, and I can't understand it right now. I'm amazed that I'm like, oh, I Facebooked you, and everybody's setting up meetings, and it's actually blowing my calendar up. Whereas before, I didn't get anything.
Yes.
I think I'm bamboozled because I just learned within the last 4 years, don't Facebook people.
That, it's funny that you say that because in my trainings, because not only do I do these events and set these up, that kind of thing for these Facebook groups, but I also do trainings in there. I've got 20 some odd trainings in there. And one of them is, and it's titled, Do Not Leave Customers or Money on the Table. Because people were complaining, they're in their groups, they're putting up their pretty pictures, and nobody's really doing anything. I said, well, what do you want them to do? Say, what a pretty picture? That's lovely mascara. What do you want to say? So, and I come up with a 3-step process when you're in these groups. And one of the first one is to check out the people who become members. Go to their timelines, see if you resonate with them. And if you do, go down their timeline, make a couple of comments on their posts with a question, always with a question, because you want them to answer you back so Facebook sees those algorithms that you like each other. Send them a friend request and message them. Hi, I'm Joanne and I'm the creator of this event, and I just wanted to personally say thank you so much for joining us. I hope you find something you like, and if it's not too much trouble, could you please just like my business page? The link is below. I made friends, I got them on my business page, and it's like, and it was gravy. It takes a little time because you got to kind of look at their timeline and stuff, but nobody seems to want to make that effort. But you have to. So yes, kudos to you, Elizabeth. Absolutely.
I just want to jump in. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually switch the breakout with helpful hints, because I know Wanda, she messaged me that she's got to leave at 11. So I want to make sure she has enough time because she's our helpful hints contributor. Are you ready to go, Wanda?
Yes, I am, Megan.
Okay, perfect.
But thank you, everybody. I echo what Joanne said, good segue. I could have waited, but anyway, but thank you. So the helpful.
Oh. Wanda, we lost you.
Oh, am I frozen?
No, now you're good.
Oh, okay. It's just inform me your internet connection isn't stable.
Oh.
All right. So no, I just wanted to share about Facebook Live. So this was actually a good segue. I mean, there's so many things that we can talk about, but I really wanted to share the following before I just tell you about the content of a Facebook Live. Facebook Live, if you're not comfortable doing that, that's okay. It's just a marketing strategy that many people are using. And now they are saying that videos are becoming, quote unquote, the real estate in many of the social media, especially now on LinkedIn. A lot of people are doing videos. So I wanted to share with you that by no means I'm perfect at doing Facebook Lives. I'm always tweaking. I'm in trainings just like Joanne, and what I'm sharing with you is from one of the training. I have challenged myself. I've done a 90-day straight, and I'm going to go back to doing a 90-day straight again for Facebook Live, and simply implementing and tweaking. So here we go. First thing, when it comes to Facebook Live, is your title. The title. So many people are going to scroll, and they're not going to necessarily stop at your video unless the following happens: that in your title, there's something about your title that either resonates with them and or solves a problem, a pain point that they have. So that goes right back to your target market. So if, for example, if I want to talk about the do's and don'ts of networking so that you improve your contact with people, then that would be a title. The titles that are very that stop the scroll, as I learn, is the ones that give you tips. Okay, what not to do, what to do, or a DIY or a how-to. People love that. As they say, give, and then, because then that's part of your branding. So titillating title, get the person to stop the scroll. That is in the title. Now the content. So there are 4 steps to your content. First, the introduction. Okay, so you introduce yourself. Hi, I'm Richard, I'm Wanda, blah, blah, blah. Okay, and I want to talk to you about the do's and don'ts of networking. Find out from them, oh, where are you listening me from, for example, because again, Facebook is global, 2 billion users, and therefore anybody. The only thing that was unsettling the first time I did mine is, for somebody who's used to seeing people, it was kind of awkward. It's very uncomfortable, but I've learned to be uncomfortable because that's how I learn. So introduction first, right? Second, what's your, in the introduction, what's your intention? Okay, so your content, before you even create it, what do you intend to do? Do you want to share an article? Do you want to invite them somewhere? What is your intention? That's first and foremost, all right? So introduction, first step. Second step is, I messed that up. Intention, because I do my introduction first. So there's not really an order. You just have to have those 4. So your intention first, your second is an introduction. The third one is going to be informing. Hit them with a value. So in your content, are you solving something? Are you informing them of something? Okay, so that's your third step. Then the 4th step is going to be involvement, call to action. So the last step is always a call to action. Many people, when they do their Facebook Live, they don't have a call to action. People want to know what they will do next once they hear that information. So let me give you an example so that it makes sense, the 4. So here you have the do's and don'ts of networking in order to increase your connections. So now you have that, your intent. I know that it's very difficult for some of you to network. So here are going to be my 3 tips for networking. Then you introduce, hey, who's out there? Let me know. Let me know where you are listening to me from. New York, Florida, what have you. Okay, and don't worry about whether people are. I was fixated on that. Who's looking at? Is anybody listening? That's the awkward part. So I understand why people sometimes don't want to do Facebook Lives. Get it? Okay. So intention, introduction. Third one is, we said inform, hit them with value. Okay, what's the value in the networking? Well, the do's. Don't give don't give a business card. You know, back in the day, not too long ago when we were doing it on site, don't give your business card without having had a conversation. Okay, or don't promote on Megan and Joanne's without having had a conversation or connecting with someone, just like what she did. And that Facebook Live, the content that I even give you will go the same way in your Facebook Messenger. You don't just hit somebody with, hey, here's a sale and buy my stuff. The way Joanne did that was beautiful. It's the same thing. Okay, so make a friend. That's what you're doing. You're engaging people on Facebook Live. So intention, introduction, informing, last one, involving. Are you going to share information? Oh, I am going. So my 3 tips in the inform, so would be the 3 tips on the do's and don'ts, and then the call to action. Hey, drop on the comment if you want me to share my 3 tips of how to network. Or do you want, here's an invite at my next webinar, or there is an event that I'll be going to in such and such a date. Drop in the comment if you want more details. And that's basically it. Your 4 steps in creating content for your Facebook Live.
Fantastic. Thank you, Wanda. That was really great.
You still have 2.5 minutes to spare. That was awesome.
All right. And
Nice.
thank you. And anyone who would like those 4 steps, I will absolutely share the sheet that I have for you. Again, this is just from a lot of my trainings. I just would like to share, just in case, you know, you ever need to do that. Okay. And I will drop it in the chat right now.
Awesome. Thank you.
That really does help, putting that in the chat. And those really are good points when it comes to Facebook Lives. I also want to just add a little bit to that, if I might. When you go live, and if you're not comfortable with going live, a good thing to do is make a group. Now, in Facebook, you have to have at least 3 people. So you and a couple, like 2 friends kind of thing, people who you don't care, they don't even have to come into the group, all right? They just have to, like, so long as you have that little group available to form, and then practice in this group going live. The only people who are going to see it, oh, sorry, 2 people in a group. What am I saying? I'm thinking the chat group. You have 2 people in a group. So you and somebody else. It could be your husband, it could be your best friend, it could be your daughter, your son, whatever, just somebody there. They don't have to watch you, but you can practice going live and talking to yourself. Because basically what you're doing, you're talking to yourself. That's all you're doing. You know, you're not talking to an auditorium full of 2,000 people. It's you. You're looking at yourself, kind of thing. So, and that's a good way to practice getting over that hump of those butterflies and, oh God, what do I say, kind of thing. Because this is what we deal in paparazzi. How many times I'm showing a piece of jewelry and I drop it, you know, or I say the wrong thing, you know, a little bit off color. Don't, you know, it's live, guys. It's fun. And that stuff is funny. And other people go, oh God, what if I do that? So what if you do that? That's what makes you human. And that's what makes people like you. It makes them laugh. And that's what makes them come to you, that kind of thing. So practice doing that in a group with you and someone else. Like I said, you don't even have to be there, just so you can get the practice before going live. Going live on your timeline is a really good thing. There's your 10 minutes right there. Going live on your timeline is a good thing, especially in the beginning. I mean, you have a business page, that's fine. But unless you have 400, 500 people on a business page, they're just not going to see it. You're just not going to get the traffic you normally would on your timeline. And quite often, people are scrolling. You're right, Wanda. People are scrolling. Oh, what's interesting? What's interesting? Whoop, they'll see. They'll either see something, or they'll see something in the wording, or they'll see something that's going on in the video, and they'll stop. The only problem is if you have a private timeline, people are scrolling. They're not going to see you because you're private. So really, only the people who have, you know, access to your timeline are really going to see you. So that's kind of like cutting your nose to spite your face, so to speak, when it comes to business, because you want people, you want strangers scrolling and stopping and becoming your friend and buying products. So, you know, that's an important thing to make sure that you're public when you're doing for your business kind of thing. It's only for your business. Keep your friends list private, but keep your Facebook public. And yeah, that's pretty much what I wanted to kind of interject there a little bit, just a couple extra things, you know, to help people who are with Facebook Lives, because Facebook Lives are big. They do increase your visibility by 1,200 times. So it's really important. But of course, you have to be public. You have to have a public timeline. And if you're not sure how to make your timeline public, you know, get with me and I will show
Awesome. So anybody else, we'll kind of continue the breakout session now. And so how do you guys feel about social media? Anybody want to interject too?
Was it Richard saying something? Oh, maybe not. Okay, anyway. Yes, everybody unmute yourself and, you know, have a little, our little breakout room, which I'm going to put 6 minutes on the clock because it's kind of,
Yeah,
open
we left it.
5 minutes. There we are. What time are we doing? We're good. Oh, we're excellent. Then we'll have time for free for all.
Yeah.
So social media, and we're not just talking Facebook. We're talking, you know, LinkedIn. We're talking Insta. You know, there are other.
TikTok.
Anybody here using LinkedIn and getting any kind of engagement or success?
No,
Very little.
they are pitching me. They're pitching me. I'm a coach. I'm a business coach. They're pitching me to become a certified, whatever their coaching thing is. And they're pitching me, let's see, financial planners, pitching me a lot, sales coaches, but no, other than that, no. I reach out and I talk to some people, but basically, no, there's no real engagement on LinkedIn to what I'm seeing, you know.
Yeah, I find the same thing, and I hear LinkedIn is going to be bigger than Facebook or whatever. First of all, if you want to get anywhere on LinkedIn, you have to be a paid subscriber, and quite honestly, they're expensive. I personally think they're extremely expensive, unless you're like the CEO of the company or something like that. You know, if you want to afford, I think it's like $60 a month or something. So much 4-minute fee or something, but
It's
I mean,
not worth it for us small people. Sorry, it's not worth it for people that are smaller companies. Really, I feel like.
Oh, okay. Yes, I agree with you there, Megan. For me, I didn't realize they had a paid
Yeah,
okay.
that premium
That would
thing.
be
There's a couple different ones.
Yeah.
okay.
I'm constantly getting emails from them to, you know, free trial. I'm like, no.
Oh,
No.
I haven't gotten any, but since I'm looking, you know, to work with a CEO, and as I have, then yeah, it would be worth it for me to make that business investment. But also in networking in groups that are local, you know, in Westchester, Hudson Valley, Manhattan, then you know there's lots of pools to fish in, you know, other than this big, you know, LinkedIn, but you can do a lot of searches and see who you come up with. So I'll think about that. I may try that, Joanne, you know.
I think
Yeah.
it kind of is.
Let us know how you do. I don't know anybody who has paid for LinkedIn and how well they did. Everybody I know is free on LinkedIn because nobody can, it's a tough nut to crack every month.
I think it's one of those, like, each person has to make that decision for themselves of, you know, is it worth paying the money for it? But then also, like, is my target market here? Like, because I think with each of the social media platforms there are, you have a different demographic, you have a different pool that you're fishing in, like you said. So it's really like LinkedIn is your, your professionals, but I think it's more like Susan was saying, you have your financial, advisors. I have people that I work with in Primerica that they love LinkedIn. They're just sharing stuff left and right on LinkedIn, and it's so great. They love it. But I'm sitting here like I scroll through and I'm just like, oh, this is boring.
No, I don't think it would be a fit for you, Megan, as a bookkeeper. And then you could go on there and present yourself as, Primerica and be, that, not necessarily a bookkeeper, unless you partnered with CPAs within LinkedIn and then, got cushy with them and created a relationship so that they could refer you. You're an added value to their business.
Mm-hmm. But I think I've found more value in a short time on Alignable than I have ever on LinkedIn. And LinkedIn, like I've been on LinkedIn for years. Is it 10 years now? I think I got on there like when it first came out. I was like, woo, let me get on that. But Alignable, I don't pay for that, but I'm now in that highly recommended. I have that badge on there, and I'm getting emails and stuff like people are looking. People are seeing me there. So I think it's like, what pool are you looking at?
Yeah.
I can see Facebook is good for multiple. I mean, like everybody's on Facebook. So that's kind of your catch all. But like when you're trying to really catch the attention of like business owners, I feel like Alignable is starting to pick up a little bit of steam slowly. But
I haven't been on Alignable lately. I haven't. It's kind of cool. Does anybody else know about Alignable here?
Yeah, I'm on Alignable.
I do. I'm on it, and I have the badge, and I'm highly recommended, and I have a lot of people. Everyone is highly recommend. Would you recommend so and so? And I don't even know who the heck they are, but it goes back and forth and back and forth, and everybody's recommending, and then you got to cross-reference.
I'm gonna get on there again today. I haven't been there in a while, so I think I will be.
Great. And where does it go? Because you want to reach out to the people who you want to reach out to, because now you have your highly recommendable, badge, and ask for a meeting, a face-to-face, where they are, if they're local, but if not, on Zoom. And to get somebody to respond on Alignable, takes, I've had people, a week later, nothing. Everybody's passing badges, but and then they're done. They're bink, yes, done, gone.
I think it's because there's not, everybody's used to Facebook interaction, okay? It's just like with LinkedIn. I don't really get much interaction. I'll go there, I'll post for a couple of weeks, and if I'm really not getting anything, it kind of falls off, my plate. And, and that's the kind of thing what happened with Alignable too. I didn't really get any interaction.
Wanda, I just want to give Wanda a moment because I know she's got to leave.
I think when it comes to social media, because I've been in so many trainings, I can share this. Yes, it is true that it depends on when you identify your niche market. Yes, it is very important to know where they reside. Is it on LinkedIn? So not necessarily, as many of you said, not necessarily that LinkedIn is good for you, but everything takes time, and it is about consistency. Okay, so if you think that if you're going to be on LinkedIn, and by the way, you don't necessarily have to really pay for it. Actually, I'm going to tell you that there are a lot of people who have grown organically on LinkedIn simply because, yes, it takes time, it's consistency. If you just entering posts and expecting somebody to say, oh, Joanne, oh, I know how you are. No, that takes time because you are building your brand on LinkedIn. It takes time for people to know who Joanne is, who Richard is, and so forth. So people tell me, if they don't see consistency, forget it. Okay, you can't be on there 1 week and then 2 months later and you expect something. That doesn't work like that, and it doesn't work anywhere like that in any social media. It is about consistency, but it is also about rules. Somebody told me and befriended me on LinkedIn, and he said, if I were to look at your profile, well, they look at your, so as they call it, your social proof, the testimonials that you have, all of that. There are rules in these things. So unless you know the rules, yes, of course you're going to be like, LinkedIn is not for me. And I get that, because we tend to want, I want an answer. LinkedIn is not going to be for that. LinkedIn is a slow process. And until then, they see, okay, because it's all about content also. It's the same thing. I don't care if you're on Instagram, Facebook, it doesn't matter. It is the value. What do you offer in value? And like for me, it's really hard, and I'm still working at it, and I still challenge myself. It is about consistency. Absolutely. If you go on mine, you would be like, well, would you follow me? Like, I'm very honest to myself. Very honest, because I look at my profile, which is good because I took a LinkedIn, but then I looked I post, I said, oh God, I haven't posted in 3 months. Who would follow me? And then you would think, oh, well, the profile should speak for itself. Not necessarily. That's originally what I thought. You look at my profile, you go, oh, well, great. Doesn't say, I realize that there are rules in this thing. Just like Facebook, what I shared with you, I could have shared much more, and I'll share. But see, this is why, and I'm gonna say it, I'll get a little emotional. Kudos to Megan, kudos to Joanne, because I'm really learning about people for the first time in any group that I've ever been. I'm learning about Susan. I'm learning about Joanne. So guess what? It doesn't take long for that TLK to kick in. I used to say, oh my God, how long is people gonna trust me when, you think all your credentials are gonna speak for you. Shouldn't they? Right? Back in the days, listen, back in the days, Megan, you would be like, I'm ready to do business for you because she's great. I would do business with her, but she knows I already have my, but see, like I would do business already with Joanne, with any of you, because I'm starting to get to know you. Or if I can use your services, darn it. Well, I know somebody, I know Richard, he'll help you out. Now, does that mean no? Because I'm starting to get to know Richard. It is the first time I get to know people in a network, and that's what I wanted to see. So Megan, Joanne, love you.
Thank you. I appreciate
Thank you very
it.
much. Very sweet.
Yes.
Thank you. Gosh,
Don't
I
forget,
don't know where to go after that. Good night. Good night, folks.
We're good.
No, really, it's all about rules. You have to know, just like in Facebook. Do you know how much I learned about Facebook? It's ridiculous. But I will share. And that's another thing that, see, what Joanne and Megan are doing now when they said to establish relationship, look at what we are doing. I never had that before because people don't want to effing share. They all hug that. I'm sorry because I get so much, because it's the first time that people are sharing, what they know. Because why not? Are we so afraid that, she's going to know something? He's going to know something. Oh my God, I don't want the competition. Trust me.
They're gonna know.
They're
not gonna need me.
I don't have competition. We are all unique. And the minute we understand that, we're going to be good. There's enough for all of us.
You just said a mouthful right there, because everybody's with paparazzi.
Because I'm angry because people don't share.
So many, they're going, it's oversaturated kind of thing. And the truth of the matter is,
Total
Yeah,
nonsense.
you may find, you know, 25 paparazzi lives, and they're going all that's even when I'm going on, but why do people come to me? You know, why did they go to Megan? Well, because there's something about me that they like. There's something about Megan that they like. There's something about Samantha that they like, kind of thing. That's why you'll find it doesn't matter who sells paparazzi.
Exactly.
They're not you. They
It's
don't bring to
about
the
you.
table what you bring. It's not just your jewelry. It's your personality. It's your, you know, I'm always joking. I'm always singing. I'm always doing, you know, stupid
She's
things.
always singing.
You know, I make up my own songs, you know.
Yes.
Do you like it? Do you love it?
Okay. Don't get that stuck in my head today, please.
People
But
like,
it's
you know,
true.
that song was in my head all night. It's not, it just made that song up, kind of thing. But that's what I do. But that's but there are my personalities that may not like that. They may like somebody more subdued, like Megan, you know, kind of thing, who, you know, talks about a kitty cat, some that kind of thing, or someone else like Samantha, who's got her shit together. She puts on a hell of a life. I'm going to tell you right now, just like a total natural. But you know, but you're absolutely right. It doesn't matter. We don't have competition because people buy from people. They don't buy from companies. Done. That's right. Wow, everybody's really quiet today.
And guess what? And guess what? I am not, and I will be sharing what I learned. Just let's do that. Whatever workshop, whatever training you do, share, because that's the one thing I wish other groups would do. It seems like people hog so much information, and then you found out later, and you say, "Oh well, I wish I had known about that." You know, so many times we say, "Oh my God, you know, how come I didn't know about that?" Because people hog information. People don't want to share anything. I could have easily said, "Oh well, you know, I shouldn't really share the thing about Facebook Live because now they're going to be better than I am." I don't worry about that. I think it's going to be very helpful for you to know about how to do Facebook Live. And I'm so happy to share it.
Yeah.
And I wish more people would do that.
I love it.
Gee, damn it. Never mind.
I think
Enough.
I think personally, like it's like I try not to talk about the whole COVID lockdown stuff, but you know, honestly, I feel like it changed the whole dynamics of how we do business, but then also about how we network. Because I think there was a lot of people, especially right in the beginning, that realized like, okay, well, maybe if I give some stuff for free, and I know some of us are cringing a little bit about like giving away things for free, but we learned a little bit that like, okay, if I give a little for free, they're going to remember me and they're going to come back. Because I think that's something that I'm seeing now, whether you believe in karma, God, whether it's just like just the natural way people feel, you know, when I know personally, I gave a lot of advice. Like my business, like I was scraping by during COVID, because if you're a business relying on other businesses, it was tough when you were watching businesses closing and you're going, come back. If you talk to me, maybe I can keep you from closing, but people aren't coming talking to you, and you're sitting there like waving your hands to people all in networking, like, come and talk to me. I'll give you a free consultation.
That was something that never happened in the history of this country.
No.
Of ours.
They did.
Other than, you know, back in the Great Depression, which is, you know, for a totally different reason. It's never happened. So people were just like, it wasn't just your business, man. You weren't allowed to see people. You weren't allowed to talk to people. We all of a sudden came under almost communist rule, you know, and I'm still kind of wondering about things. So so it's never happened. So not only you want to talk to them about their business, but they were just like their whole, bye Sam, their whole thing just kind of went, they didn't have the will to even survive, kind of thing. What's,
saying goodbye to Tony. He's saying he's
Hi,
going to leave in
Tony, you
five
still
or
there?
10 minutes.
See you, Tony.
Hi, Tony. I thought Sam was going.
In a
Sam is,
couple minutes, yeah.
is Sam still here? Yeah, she is. Oh, she's right in the middle. Look at her. There she
Not
is.
leaving.
Look,
Yeah,
there
it's-
she is.
I think
Well,
a
you
lot
know,
of people,
It was hard. It was more than just your business. It was like your whole life, and people just didn't want to talk about it. They just, I think
Yeah.
that's what it was more than anything.
but it definitely, I think it definitely, people recognize the worth of giving a little. And then I know, like, I was giving so much advice. And like, when is this going to come on back? Well, around December, November, December, I started seeing it coming back. Maybe it wasn't the same people that I gave that initial advice to, but they were telling their friends. Like a couple of us are a part of Hudson Valley Women in Business. I got a lot of people. I was like, "Oh, how did you hear about me?" "Oh, I saw, people recommending you when somebody was saying like, oh, I need help financially. I need help with a bookkeeper. I need an accountant, blah, 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 blah." So they kept seeing my name pop up. And I think that's where it comes back around. If you keep putting your name out there, people are going to start seeing it and it'll get filed away. What is it, Joanne, that you say about, how many times people have to see you before it starts?
It's like 10 to 12 times.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
like keep that in mind. Like going out there and doing networking and being involved in Facebook groups and, if there's LinkedIn stuff, even
Like
like
10 to 12 touches.
yeah. So putting posts up, getting engaged with people, communicating, just getting yourself out there. I think that's where social media is good. I know personally, I'm like, I wish I could afford a social media person because I just want somebody just to be doing that stuff for me because I don't have time.
Doesn't Joanne, don't you do that?
What's that?
Social media posting?
Well, there's
I know someone who does
the
that. He
events and
does.
stuff,
He
but
helps you do it.
Because I was just thinking, wow, I need a social media person. And so out of the mouth of babes,
Yeah, no, I don't do that. I don't post for other people.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
there's
But-
specifically like social media people that like they work with copywriters and they'll like get good posts that are very
It's a
specific.
content. They work on your content.
Yeah, and then
traffic.
they'll spread it out across your different social
okay.
media. I'm like, I need somebody like that.
Well, yeah, because I write my own copy and my copy's pretty good, but I have no desire to post on social media, every day, plug it here, there, boom, 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 boom.
Social media person for you. There you go. You can write your own stuff and then they can email, they can do all the different portals.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
There's a thing called
I know a social
Fiverr
media
too,
person,
right?
but he's more about doing it with you than doing it for you.
with me,
Yeah, he kind of helps you out and shows you, and he actually gives pretty solid advice. And he usually throws up free classes every now and again. I can find out when his next free class is.
Oh, so he does classes on it so you can learn how to do it. Got it.
He kind of gives you ideas and that. Yeah.
Okay. Carmen, what were you gonna say?
I was told by one of my mentor, there's a thing called Fiverr.
Yep.
That you can actually go into and you can find these people to do this stuff and you can just start from the ground person or you can get
And they put their price right up there too, so you can you know right away if you something that you can go forward.
I have worked with Fiverr people and they're good, some not. You have to go through it.
You have to shop around. Yeah.
I'm looking for someone who I have a relationship with where they know my business, they know my website, and they know what I'm up to. I'm going to give them my marketing calendar and that kind of a thing. I don't want to meet someone who's going to show me how to do it. I don't care about knowing how to do it because that's what I'm paying that person for. So yeah, I appreciate that, Richard, but I want someone to be my marketing, you know, that aspect of my business. And I haven't.
People in Hudson Valley Women in Business. There's a couple ladies that do it, but
Yeah.
I'll look in my binder. I have a binder of of business cards that of people that do various social media content stuff. So I'll see if I can find a name or two and throw them at you. Throw them your way.
All right. Yeah, please do. And since we're sharing information, lots of times I am a speaker on a summit, and I am part of giveaways where I do. There's 21 experts. I'm one of them. I give a teaching talk. I have a free gift attached and all kinds of goodies. This is really big with coaches on email. If any of you are in that world other than me, that is a good way to build up a list. And because everyone is online now, and I reach out to people all over the world and all over the United States and get clients that are in California, not necessarily, you know, in the Hudson Valley. So it's depends on how you want to do business, how you, what is your vision for your business, how you want to do it. But if you let me know, if you're interested, I will introduce you to people who do giveaways and all that. Let me know. I'd be happy to help you.
Sounds great.
Have your people call my people.
Yeah.
Something like that. Yes.
I think this is a good natural spot that I'm going to actually stop recording, but we can keep going. And it seems like we've kind of naturally flowed into the free
Well,
for all.
we kind of do that.
So
all the
I'm
time.
going to stop the recording now, but if anybody is watching, please feel free to come and join us in the meetings. We really appreciate new faces, and we would love to hear about your business and what you do. And you don't have to be a business owner. You can be a professional working for other companies as well, or, you know, just anybody off the street. If you want to come and join,
Just off the street.
yeah, come on in. So hope to see you guys soon and have a great day.